The night rain hammered on the deserted highway as if the sky itself was grieving, and in the middle of that storm stood Adam Khan, a single father whose entire life had become a routine of sacrifice. His beat-up pickup coughed once, sputtered, and died right there under the flickering street lamp. He closed his eyes, exhausted, soaked, and defeated. But the moment that changed everything arrived in a blaze of white headlights, a sleek black luxury car rolling to a stop behind him. And out stepped a breathtaking woman in a crimson coat, her presence cutting through the storm like she belonged to another world. She looked too clean, too perfect, too unreachable. Yet her car had just begun smoking. And fate would twist their lives together in a way neither expected. Right arrow if you believe in kindness, second chances, and unexpected miracles. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe before the story continues. Your support keeps these emotional stories alive. Her name was Liana Saeed. Adam had no idea at that moment that she was the CEO of Saeed Motors, one of the biggest automotive companies in the country. All he saw was a drenched young woman shivering beside a machine too expensive for the road it was stuck on. She glanced at his truck, then at him, and her voice trembled with frustration as she explained that she was rushing to the airport after a fight with her board of directors. Her car had overheated and shut down. Adam stepped closer, looked at the engine, and gently asked her to stay inside the car while he figured out the problem. He didn't know he was talking to a billionaire. He was just a mechanic with rough hands, a tired soul, and a daughter waiting back home wondering why life kept making her father work twice as hard for half as much. The wind howled as Adam worked under the hood of her luxury car, using his old tools with the care of someone who respected machines more than most people. Steam hissed out angrily, soaking him even more. His hands shook from the cold, but he pushed through. He needed the money. He needed every small chance life threw at him. When Liana stepped out again to check on him, she stared at him like she was seeing something unfamiliar, kindness without agenda. Her world was full of people who wanted something from her. But here was a stranger, soaked to the bone, fixing her car without ever asking who she was. She tried to lighten the tension with a half-joking comment, "If you fix this, I'll kiss you." But the moment the words left her mouth, she froze. She wasn't flirting. She was stressed, overwhelmed, saying something impulsive. Yet Adam didn't even react to the statement. He just kept working, and that itself made her chest tighten. Most men would have jumped at a chance to impress her. He simply wanted to help someone stuck in the cold. Adam fixed her car using an improvised clamp and coolant top-off. When he finished, he stepped back with a breath that came out in a cloud. She watched him carefully, unable to understand why he didn't look proud or expect anything. He only wiped his hands on his jeans and quietly said he was glad her car would get her safely where she needed to go. Something inside her cracked. She didn't kiss him. Instead, she reached into her purse and offered a thick wad of cash, much more than he had earned in the entire week. But Adam shook his head. He only accepted a small portion, the amount he believed was fair. That stunned her more than anything. When she asked for his name, he hesitated, as if life had trained him not to trust easily. But he said it anyway. And when she asked what he really did for a living, he simply said he fixed cars and fixed whatever life broke as long as he could. She left that night unable to stop replaying his humility, his strength, his silent heartbreak in the way his eyes carried too much weight. The next morning, Adam woke to his daughter, Noor, coughing badly. The cold storm had gotten into their poorly insulated house. Panic hit him. Doctor visits cost money he didn't have. But life has a strange way of returning what you give. That same morning, a black SUV pulled up to his small repair shop. Liana stepped out, not in a storm, not distressed, but calm and focused. She had spent half the night thinking about him, about a man who fixed her car but repaired something inside her too. She told him she looked him up, she knew he had never asked for anything, but she wanted to offer him something anyway. An opportunity. A job at her company's development garage. A stable salary. Health benefits for his daughter. A chance to rebuild his life. Adam felt like he was dreaming. He'd been rejected by big workshops dozens of times for not having a formal degree. And now the CEO herself was offering not charity, but respect, acknowledgement, and a future. He tried to refuse at first. Pride ran deep in him. But when Noor tugged his sleeve and smiled shyly at the beautiful woman standing beside her father, he saw what this chance truly meant. So Adam accepted. Weeks passed, and life began to change. Adam became known across Saeed Motors as the man who could diagnose an engine by sound alone. Engineers admired him. Workers respected him. And Liana, she found herself drawn to his presence more than she ever expected. He grounded her, softened the chaos of her corporate storms, and reminded her that humanity mattered more than profit margins. Their paths intertwined more each day, not because of wealth or status but because kindness had built the first bridge between them. Liana visited Noor often, bringing books and small gifts, always sitting on the dusty floor of their small home like a friend, not a CEO. Adam watched her with a confused mixture of gratitude and fear. He knew life was rarely so generous without taking something back. Then came the night she finally told him the truth, that she had argued with her board, that they wanted to replace her, that her company was at stake. Adam listened without judgment. And this time, he fixed something more important than a broken engine. He fixed her confidence. He reminded her that she had built her empire from the ground up. That she wasn't lost. She was tired. And for the first time in years, she cried, not alone in a boardroom, but on the shoulder of a man who valued her heart more than her net worth. Their story wasn't built on sudden romance or dramatic declarations. It was built on slow trust, warm moments, shared struggles, and the quiet realization that sometimes strangers enter our lives exactly when our hearts are breaking. Months later, as Liana stood in Adam's repaired, newly painted shop, her company saved, her board restructured, she whispered the words that once slipped out as a joke, "You fixed my car that night, and somehow you fixed me too." This time, she didn't add the kiss part. She didn't need to. Adam stepped closer, gently, respectfully, and the distance between their worlds vanished. Right arrow if this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and brings more emotional stories your way. Speech balloon special request: before you go, comment "Fixing Hearts Matters" if you felt the emotion of this journey.